How difficult can calisthenics really be as a complete beginner? Now let's see how my progress went and stay tuned till the end to see how many chin-ups I can do in one set. Now what even is calisthenics? Calisthenics is a form of exercise that uses bodyweight movements. Think about push-ups, pull-ups, set-ups, dips, you name it. So the plan goes as follows. For each training session, I will start off with a warm-up and then continue with doing the calisthenics exercises, focusing on my technique, on strength, on flexibility, on endurance and building my core. To continue, I will do some cardio and mainly focus on high repetition exercises. At the end, it's very important to do some stretching so that 1 or 2 days after, when I do another training session, I don't feel sore. Now the goal for this 3-week challenge is to be able to learn the calisthenics basics, to learn 2 exercises per category, and lastly I want to be able to do at least 15 good chin-ups by the end of this challenge. Before I started this challenge I only knew how to do dips and pull-ups, that's it. My main focus of this challenge was to have a good foundation of push and pull exercises, trying to do push-ups, chin-ups, pull-ups and dips as good as possible. To do a push-up you have to strain your back, go down slowly with your elbows and then push yourself back up. With this exercise you're training your triceps, your chest and your shoulders. Now for every exercise in this challenge that I try to perfect, I try to do it as slow as possible. Because it's better to do it slow and perfect your technique than do it fast with a bad technique. The chin up is an exercise that I already kind of knew how to do before starting this challenge, but during this challenge I definitely started to perfect this exercise more and more. To do this exercise in a correct way, you have to pull straight, you have to put your elbows kind of close to each other. And something that took me a lot of time to perfect, which I didn't really figure in the beginning, is to go down slowly. By going down slowly, you're really getting the maximum out of this exercise by triggering all of your muscles. By the way, what really helped me to do a pull-up and a chin-up is to practice hanging on the bar. Simply hanging on the bar by practicing to carry your body weight. Something else that helped me with doing pull-ups and chin-ups is to practice switching positions of your hands whilst you're hanging on the bar. Next up is the pull-up. Now, believe me or not, I struggled much more with the pull-up than with the chin-up, even though people say that the chin-up is a more difficult exercise. Now, when I did the pull-up in the beginning, it didn't work out, so I decided to use some sort of object to stand on. By starting off with placing my hands on top of the bar, I practiced to go down slowly. And after a couple of times of trying, I managed to do a pull-up. And now it's time for a little water break after an intensive training. I gotta love that refreshing water. Dips are very good exercises for your triceps, your shoulders and your chest. For dips you have to lean your torso a bit forward, keep your arms straight and go down slowly and up as well. Now there are a lot of variations of dips, but for this challenge I only focused on doing the basic version. Now I decided to take on this calisthenics challenge because I wanted to take a little break from going to the gym. Now I love going to the gym and fitness has been a major part of my self-improvement life, but calisthenics just seems so cool to me as well. You can go to a park, be in nature, practice your endurance, practice your flexibility, and you don't need weights, heavy weights to get stronger, to get fitter, to get leaner. It also seems more natural to me to train your body while using your body as a weight instead of using external weights, for example, doing a bicep curl with one arm. And of course, when you go to the gym, you can do calisthenics as well. But this challenge was just a reminder to me that going to the gym isn't the only way to get fit and to stay strong. Abs and core are a very important part in calisthenics. In my trainings, I did some setups, some laying leg flutters, and lastly, I did leg raises. In the beginning, I really struggled with holding my legs up for a couple of seconds. But after a couple of times trying, I managed to hold my legs for a couple of seconds, and trust me, you can really feel it in your abs. I didn't do legs that much for this challenge. I just did some basic squats. but I also tried to do a pistol squat. For pistol squats, you have to go down with one leg and keep your other leg straight. Even trying to just go down with my knees and go back up slowly to practice that pose. But unfortunately, I didn't achieve to do a good pistol squat. At the end of a training session, like I said, it's very important to do some sort of stretching out routine. Now, stretching out is very important because it relaxes your muscles, plus you will not feel sore 1 or 2 days after, so you can keep your consistency when it comes to your training program. When stretching, remember to relax, to hold the stretch for a couple of seconds and practice breathing in and breathing out in a proper and relaxed way. So what did I achieve during this challenge? Now, for this challenge, it wasn't my goal to learn as much exercises as possible. It was more my goal to really get a grasp and learn some basic exercises as good as possible. I tried to perfect some exercises that I already knew, like dips and chin-ups. I learned some new exercises like leg raises, pull-ups, switching my hands while hanging on the bar, and some other extra exercises. I also tried some very difficult exercises like the pistol squat and muscle-ups, but they were way too hard, and unfortunately I didn't manage to do them in a proper way. If you want to try out calisthenics for yourself, I would recommend you to focus on your technique instead of trying to learn as much exercises as possible, so that you don't get muscle injury, plus you'll enjoy calisthenics much more. It's very difficult, so don't underestimate it, but it's definitely worth it. When I started this challenge, I could only do 8 good chin-ups in a row. And by the end of this challenge, I managed to do 15 mediocre chin-ups. I was kind of dissatisfied with the chin-ups at the end of the challenge, but at least I made some progress. Thank you for watching, stay ambitious, and see you on the next one.